Hi everyone! Welcome to our batik painting tutorial prepared by To.gather Studio. In this video, we'll be going through some of the basic painting techniques and tips you may include while working on your batik pieces. So here I have with me 4 paint colors: yellow, blue, red, and lastly, purple. That looks pretty dark in color when it's in the cup. You'll also need a cup of clean water to wash your used paintbrushes, a paper towel to wipe off any excess water and paints, 2 paintbrushes, one that has a flatter ends for painting large surface areas, and another brush with a tiny tip for painting smaller surface areas and details. And last but not least, a canvas that has already been waxed with designs, which is what all these brown lines are on your canvas. Before we begin, let's share with you a quick insight to the process of batik making. The first step requires the batik artist to sketch their designs with a pencil onto the plain fabric. Then, they trace it by waxing using a tool with a wooden handle and a copper or brass pot with a spark. This is called the tanting tool. Once the wax is applied onto the area, it functions as a seal to prevent any dye from bleeding into the other spaces. For today, we'll be working on the painting, which is usually the stage after waxing the fabric, to achieve a more colorful and vibrant look. Let's begin, shall we? For the first technique, we'll be painting with a solid color. So here, I've chosen yellow to be painted onto the skirt. This technique is pretty straightforward, as you'll just need to fill in the whole space with one color you have chosen. Once done, you may wash off your paint with water and wipe any excess water onto your paper towel. Let me demonstrate to you once more using another color. But this time, I'll paint this whole area red using a detailed brush. Pointy brushes are good for tackling areas such as narrow lines and tiny dots like this. Now onto our next technique. You may mix different colors by layering them to get your desired color. So for example, mixing yellow and blue will get me a beautiful green color. Let me show you. So first, I'll paint the leaf yellow. And immediately after, when the paint is still wet, I'll quickly go in and layer it with the blue that I have. It will produce a green color. You may opt to paint areas without much use of water. It will intensify the color of your paint like how it is shown here. You may also choose to dilute the paint with more water to make the color less saturated. Remember to wash your brush before moving onto a new area of your painting. Next, I'll be mixing yellow and red to achieve an orange color for the petals here. This is how you can layer 2 or 3 colors to create a new color that you don't already have. For the third technique, you can create a gradient effect by first filling an area with a layer of water, followed by painting one end with a solid color. For this, I've chosen yellow. And then continue completing the area using the leftover paints on your brush. Feel free to add more water if needed. Let me show you another example with a different color. So a layer of water first, followed by a dab of red on one side and spreading the rest all across the remaining area. When done correctly, you may achieve a cool gradient effect. Go ahead and have fun by adding a second color on the opposite end of your first color. This is how it will turn out. Batik painting is really easy and versatile. It is a platform that has endless possibilities of creating unique and interesting outcomes. For batik painting, the color you have painted will dry lighter than what you see when it's wet. So to get the color opacity you wished for, you may need to add another 2 to 3 layers for the most accurate outcome. Use your hands to feel the area if it's semi to fully dried. Once it is, you may add another layer of the same color onto it. You'll observe that now the area is much more opaque than before. Ta-da! Here's my completed painting. Usually after this step, we'll soak the batik fabric into hot water to remove all the wax. This is if we want to turn them into wearables. But for today, we'll be leaving it as it is. Thank you for watching, and we hope that you have gained more knowledge as well as confidence in painting your batik pieces. We'll see you again next time. Bye!